The Newshour Special Edition.
Hello and a very good evening to you. You're watching the Newshour Special Edition. I'm Prathibha Chandran. This is your stop every Sunday 9 p.m. and today we have to question the Congress party on its appeasement. Is it the same template from Karnataka to Telangana? Is the Congress party out and out appeasing Muslims? What is the latest that has come in from Karnataka? A new scheme that makes it clear what the Karnataka government actually believes. Because when you cast your vote, you hope that the political party you choose works for the progress and for the well-being of all sections of society. But when a party repeatedly puts the interest of only one community in mind, it makes one wonder, is this really to uplift a community or solely for electoral gains? We ask you this on a day when there is a massive furor over the decision by the Karnataka government to announce a loan interest waiver scheme in the state. While a waiver may sound like a positive move for the society, you'll have to look at the fine print a little more closely. After all, this is a one-time settlement to waive off interest on the loans. But here is the catch. The application of this is only for those from the minority community. So it's valid for loans that are applied for the year 2013 to 2019 and will address pending recoveries of about 714 crore rupees. All of this only for those who have taken loans from the Minority Development Corporation. The one-time settlement scheme covers those who have received loans from the Minority Development Corporation, but it does not cover the farmers, nor does it cover the SC or ST community or any other backward classes really. The selective nature of this loan waiver scheme has led the BJP to question the state government's intentions. The BJP is now accusing the Congress government of indulging solely in appeasement politics, questioning why the state has not extended any such relief to the SC/ST communities or even the backward classes. The BJP believes the Siddaramaiah government is implementing anti-people policies, and these appeasement tactics are putting 80% of the people of the state into distress.
ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಓಲೈಕೆ ರಾಜಕಾರಣ ಈಗ ಓಲೈಕೆ ರಾಜಕಾರಣದ ಪರಾಮರ್ಶಕ
ಸರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ
ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಈಗ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬಡ್ಡಿ ಮನ್ನಾ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಹಿಂದುಳಿದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬಡ್ಡಿ ಮನ್ನಾ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, SC/STಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ರೈತರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಂಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ರೈತರು ಅತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಆತ್ಮಹತ್ಯೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಆತ್ಮಹತ್ಯೆ ಪರಿಹಾರನೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಕಡೆ ಇನ್ಶೂರೆನ್ಸನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಬಡ್ಡಿ ಮನ್ನಾನೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ಓಲೈಕೆಯ ರಾಜಕಾರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಶೇಕಡ 90% ಜನ ಸಂಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಜನ ವಿರೋಧಿ ನೀತಿಯನ್ನು ಈ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಆದಂತೂ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರಗತಿಪರವಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ನಾವು.
Now remember, just about 11 months ago, the Congress government faced flack for another such decision which favored only religious minorities. The state cabinet had approved 4% reservation quota for Muslim contractors in civil contracts, announcing that this will be applicable only for Muslims, this amounting to 2 crore rupees. And now the state has gone a step further and has introduced a loan waiver that is only available to one group of society. Minister Revant Reddy is fighting meanwhile an all-out war to introduce a 4% quota for the Muslim community in the state. He even went on to say that he would be happy if his Muslim brothers call him Revantuddin.
जगह पे मुसलमानों के और 4% जो रिजर्वेशन हमने दिया, 4% रिजर्वेशन बचाने के लिए हम लोग मेहनत कर रहे हैं. मुसलमानों को जो जब जरूरत है सब कुछ कांग्रेस पार्टी ने दिया. इस देश को राष्ट्रपति मुसलमान को कांग्रेस पार्टी ने बनाया. 7 मुख्यमंत्रियों को इस देश में कांग्रेस पार्टी मुसलमानों को बनाया. मेरा कैबिनेट में शेफिर भाई को मंत्री बनाने के लिए निजामाबाद अर्बन चुनाव में हम चुनाव लड़वाए. मैं कामारेड्डी, मेरे लिए शब्बीर भाई ने कुर्सी छोड़ा था कामारेड्डी असेंबली में, मगर हम केसीआर को हराए, हम नहीं जीत सका। आप लोग शब्बीर भाई को नहीं जिताया, फिर भी मुसलमानों को मंत्री बनाने के लिए मोहम्मद अजहरुद्दीन को बिना एमएलए बिना एमएलसी हम मंत्री बनाए। कल परसों हम उनको भी एमएलसी बनाने वाले हैं। इसीलिए इतने सारे 8 मुसलमान माइनॉरिटियों को हम लोग कारपोरेशन चेयरमैन बनाए। मतलब ये सरकार में बराबर मुस्लिम माइनॉरिटी को हिस्सा दे दिए, उनका हक है, उन लोगों का हक उनको पहुंचा दिए। इसीलिए आज कोई मुसलमान के भाई रेवंत को रेवंतुद्दीन कहे तो भी मेरे कोई परवाह नहीं है, मैं इसको अच्छी तरीका से मैं स्वीकार करता हूं।
So such statements and schemes from the Congress governments have raised several questions. After all, the Congress leaders in the past have even gone on to defend the Hamas or plead for leniency for Yaqub Memon, and the need to secure a certain vote bank seems to be blinding the Congress party completely. So let's take a look at some of the statements that have been made previously by the Congress leaders, going on to say Bhagat Singh and Hamas fought for their land. So this was the kind of eulogy that was given. Also coming out in defense for Umar Khalid, who has been very clearly from the court as well said that he had a conspiracy for the Delhi riots. Umar Khalid is innocent. Many from the Congress party going on to say that this is injustice being done to him. Praising Zohran Mamdani as well, saying that the campaign has given a good example. There's a lot that India can learn from it. Similarly, a controversial statement also, Salman Khurshid going on to say Sonia wept bitterly after seeing photographs. This was on the Batla encounter as well. Multiple such statements that have been given, including on the Yaqub Memon hanging as well, saying consider the case, grant clemency. These are some of the very controversial statements that have been given by the Congress leaders. Udit Raj as well coming out to say Umar Khalid has been punished only because of his religion. But more importantly, the bigger question being whether this is out and out appeasement politics that is being done by the Congress party. And that is the question that is at the heart of the debate this evening. Let's introduce guests joining us on the broadcast. We have Tuhin Sinha, national spokesperson of the BJP. Anurag Naidu, political analyst on the broadcast with us. We have Advocate Nikhil Jain, political analyst, and Advocate Omer Junaidi, political analyst. Syed Asad Abbas, political analyst on the broadcast with us. I want to begin with Nikhil Jain on the very simple question really. If there are two people, both from Karnataka, one is say a Dalit and one a Muslim, and both have taken loans, similar loans have been taken, but only one gets an interest waiver. Do you think this is fair?
First of all, Prathibha, I'll start with registering my protest with the very premise of this entire debate that at a time when we should be talking about the BJP Assam handle putting out a tweet where the Chief Minister is shown shooting, point blank shooting the minority community, you are trying to do this debate statement from 20 years ago. Had it been a debate just about what's happened in Karnataka right now, it would have made sense. And also on the topic that there is an interest waiver for the Minority Development Corporation. It's not an interest waiver that is, or a loan waiver that is given to the Muslims alone. And when the BJP central government and the PSUs under their control go around writing off, not even waiving the interest, but writing off loans worth lakhs of crores for the corporates, for the Adanis and the Ambanis, there is no uproar. But when some poor Muslim individuals, many of whom would be farmers, many of whom would be local artisans, many of whom would be laborers, when their interest on their loan is waived, it becomes such a big political issue for the BJP. So far as the 4% quota in Telangana is concerned, let me tell your viewers that in 2008, the Andhra Pradesh government extended 4% quota to certain backward communities that were following the Muslim faith. It is not a quota for Muslims. It is a quota for certain backward Muslims. It is applicable in the state of Andhra Pradesh as it today is, in the state of Telangana as it today is. Chandrababu Naidu in his 2024 Lok Sabha manifesto vowed and pledged to keep alive this quota, which the Congress is continuing to do in Telangana. And what is wrong with the Chief Minister of Telangana not saying कि जिसका हमने इतना मुसलमान कॉर्पोरेशन का अध्यक्ष बनाया, ये बनाया, वो बनाया. Prime Minister Modi says it for the OBCs in his cabinet. जितना आबादी उतना हक. What is wrong with that? It is for the BJP to answer that the Muslims form about 15% of the population of the country. Yet they don't have a single member of parliament, Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha. The Congress party is giving proportionate representation to the Muslims of the country, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if you really want to ask questions about appeasement and this and that, let's also talk about how BJP leaders were garlanding the gang rapists and murderers of Bilkis Bano. How the Gujarat.
The question is very simple. If there are SC/ST farmers, and I can give you the figures as well, in just the last 3 years, about 3,000 farmers have died. Those from the backward communities, if they have loans, why not waive them off as well? That is the simple question. The question is not even on the interest waivers. Why only particularly to one community? There is distress in the other communities as well. Why is the government not taking cognizance of that?
Prathibha, the interest has been waived off on loans given by the Minority Development Corporation. Like I said, this is not an interest waiver for Muslims. You'll have to check the balance sheet of the other corporations like the Backward Classes Corporation or the Valmiki Corporation to see whether they're struggling or not, whether their balance sheets have that sort of, fiscal wherewithal in order to allow for an interest waiver. If their balance sheets are really struck and if they have too many bad loans, they can't go around doling out interest waivers. That is a question that you'll have to pick with the greater detail. It's not just a waiver for Muslims. Let's be very clear on that.
Okay, so it's not just for Muslims, and we can talk about the pattern as well, because it's not just in Karnataka, but also in Telangana. But I want to bring in Advocate Umer Janedi on this, because there were leaders from Karnataka who were protesting in the national capital, and they said that the budget has been very unfair to Karnataka. They said that the government was cash-strapped, that it was not having enough money for development in the state. But now suddenly, when hundreds of crores have to be waived off, the government has money. How does it work like that, Advocate Umer Janedi?
First of all, the Congress government in Karnataka waiving off the loans is not the first time. In the year 2013 to 2018, during that tenure, the loans of SC, ST, OBC and other corporations were waived off, amounting to 1,225 crores, benefiting 10.3 lakh people. And during the JDS Congress coalition, approximately around 34,000 to 44,000 crore loans were waived off for the farmers, and today it's the KMDC's interest being waived off. Now the question is, the Congress is for the development of the state and the citizens of the state. It might be the OBCs, SCs, SCs at that time. Today is the KMDC. Now talking about the KMDC, it is not as rightly said by one of the friend in the panel. It is not only for Muslim, it is Karnataka Minority Development Corporation, wherein they were the recent tweets and the status and the debates wherein only Muslims are not into minorities. That was stated by the BJP spokesperson and the BJP leaders. So there are Jains, there are Buddhists, and there are other religions as well in the KMDC. Now talking about the appeasement policy, the allegation made by the BJP, it is not an appeasement politics. It is the politics of what they have been promised. The Congress in Karnataka promised of giving the 4% reservation to Muslims. The Congress government in Karnataka before the election promised this waivers, and that's what Congress is doing. What's wrong in that?
But isn't it the same Congress that is waiving the Constitution when the Constitution doesn't allow it? Why is the Congress party even promising it? With Revanth Reddy even saying that I will ensure that it happens, I will work hard to make it happen.
But definitely, it is the duty and the responsibility of the state, the chief minister, wherein whatever the promises made by the party during the election campaigns, they have to fulfill it.
Even if it goes against the Constitution?
No. Why it is going against Constitution? It
because
is there in the
Article
Constitution.
15 does not allow for discrimination on the basis of religion. Mr. Tuhin Sinha is also on the broadcast with us. And Tuhin, the Congress party says, what is the problem? This is not appeasement.
Then what does the Article 16 and 19 of the Constitution say then?
Okay, let me bring in Tuhin Sinha here.
It is the central government who is not allotting the funds. It is the common minimum program, the program decided by
everybody.
Okay.
There is why is a person going on and on? Does he not understand you? It's my turn to speak.
Tuhin, go on, yeah.
Prathibha, there is a reason why Prime Minister Modi has been calling this Congress party party, MMC, which is Maoisti Muslim League Congress Party. And the reason is this perverse, unnatural minority appeasement, which you have seen not just in Karnataka, but in Telangana and also in Kerala, where the Congress is not in power. You know, way back in 2006, Dr. Manmohan Singh had very openly said that minorities need to have the first right over resources. By extension now, the Congress party, the Congress state government in Karnataka wants to have you believe that the minority community also needs to have the first right to default, you know, over interest payments, over loan repayments. And I think this is absolutely unacceptable. Look at the way Revant Reddy is going on to say that, you know, if Muslims call me Revantuddin, I will not mind it. At least I appreciate his honesty. I wish Rahul Gandhi also comes out and calls himself Rahuluddin. That would at least, you know, the problem today with the Congress is not its minority appeasement. Everybody is aware of it. It's this hypocrisy. And why only restrict it to this, you know, to this loan waiver or the interest waiver that you are witnessing in Karnataka? Before the Waqf Amendment Act was enacted last year, the Congress state government again in Karnataka went on a land grabbing spree enabled by Zamir Ahmed, their minister, who was, you know, encouraging the Waqf board to take over or to make all kinds of claims over land belonging to farmer. It was our protest which had them, you know, bow down. 1,000 crores in Karnataka was allotted in 2025-26 budget to minority appeasement, way above education, way above health. And in all the Hindu festivals, we have seen them impose restrictions in an unfair manner. When it comes to Kerala, we are missing out on Kerala. 2 days ago, they have tied up with Jamaat-e-Islami Hind. That Jamaat-e-Islami, which has openly said they believe in Sharia, they don't believe in constitution. So I think, you know, it's for Rahul Gandhi to come out of his hypocrisy, to be like Revant Reddy and take an open stand.
Who needs to come out of this
rather than, you know,
RSS
mislead the country with its fake
RSS
secularism.
talks about Bhagavad Gita. They did not hoist the flag for 52 years. They did not.
What is he talking?
In
the issue over here is very clearly brazen minority appeasement by the Congress
is this
state
appeasement
government.
or not? Mr. Omar Junaidi, on the...
He seems to be in some wrong debate.
The question is, for the Dalits, for the marginalized in Karnataka, does it not seem like open appeasement? And we're not just talking about Karnataka. In Telangana as well, it has happened. Nikhil Jain wanted to respond as well. Yes, Nikhil Jain.
Before this tenure in 2013, it was given for the SC/ST.
Prathibha, I don't really understand how does BJP's point hold strong when Umar Junaidi has already put out before your viewers that similar loan waivers and interest waivers were carried out for the SC loans given by the SC Development Commission, and also this is by the Minority Development Commission. So that, like he pointed out, it would include the Christians and the Sikhs and the Buddhists and the Jains and the Parsis. So why only name Muslims? And also this blatant twisting of facts by the BJP when they say that Prime Minister Manmohan Singh had said that Muslims must have first right to the resources of the country. That is a blatant lie. It has been fact-checked ample number of times. I would challenge the BJP spokesperson to show me that exact statement.
So is there a fact-check also for Revant Reddy saying that Congress equals Muslims, that if Muslims are there, then Congress is, if Congress is there, then there are Muslims? Is there a fact-check also for that, Nikhil Jain? Because what should the other people of the state think if the Chief Minister comes out to say this?
First of all, you should be reprimanded. That's why I don't understand how the goalpost keeps on shifting for the Congress. The BJP is caught lying red-handed. I point that out. Instead of seeking an apology from the BJP spokesperson, you hit me with another point.
Okay, do you want to respond to that you're misquoting Manmohan Singh?
No, first of all, I stand by what I have said. Dr. Manmohan Singh not just said it in 2006, he also said it on the eve of 2009 Lok Sabha election. So, you know, he can carry out his own fact checks. You know, the Congress fact check is obviously outsourced to people like Mohammad Zubair. They are happy to, you know, carry out the fact checks by him. But the larger point remains, Prathibha, the larger point remains, it's not about, please don't barge in this manner. This is not the way you debate. You know, the point is, this is not about one issue, Prathibha. The 4% reservation which they want to bring for Muslims, it was first started by YSR's father in 2004. It was struck down by the High Court. They brought it in 2005. It was again struck down. They brought it out in 2011. It was struck down by Supreme Court. Why are they so hell-bent on providing this 4% reservation, which goes against the tenets of our constitution and which steals away the reservation from the OBC community? That is the larger point over here. In Kerala, they are tying up with Jamaat-e-Islami Hind, which is openly calling for Sharia.
Okay, all right. Let me bring in Syed Abbas here. Syed, because there are so many questions that are being raised, Abbas, on where the Congress party really stands. When you have the Chief Minister who is making such statements openly, then you have in Karnataka open appeasement that is taking place like this, which raises multiple questions on the issue of reservation as well. Even if it is struck down by the court, it is being brought. The Chief Minister on record says that I will ensure that it happens. Is this not appeasement? Very simply, forget the debate around it, you know, the multiple questions that come in. At the heart of it is very clearly, is the Congress party now indulging in open appeasement?
हम आह भी कर दे हैं तो हो जाते हैं बदनाम. ये भाजपा के लोग कत्ल करते हैं और चर्चे नहीं होते. Absolute level of hypocrisy and duplicity here, ma'am. It's very interesting how you cover Congress, but say nothing when Yogi Adityanath in Uttar Pradesh, BJP's main man, heavily promotes government-sponsored major Hindu festivals like a grand Diwali celebrations in Ayodhya, Deepotsav, Holi, Kawad Yatra. Are you even aware that Yogi Adityanath spent 195.89 crore for the grand Diwali celebration, out of which 133.7 crore has been from the union government? I'm absolutely shell-shocked. Not just that. You speak of Muslim appeasement by Congress. Respected ma'am, are you even aware that in Gujarat, from the last 25 years, the BJP government gives reservation to 22 castes of Muslims? Madhya Pradesh, BJP government, 20 years, 27 castes of Muslims. Yogi Adityanath funds madrasas. Isn't that Muslim appeasement? I'm absolutely shocked today how you're only saying Muslim, and Congress. Respected ma'am, let me also tell you, Yogi Adityanath funds Muslim madrasas. Muslim mullahs are paid salaries by the Yogi Adityanath government. Why do you do that? You do it yourself and you blame the Congress government. And why does the BJP think that only minority consists Muslims? Respected
Is this a fair assessment, Anurag Naidu? Because
allow me to complete my point.
Okay.
I did not interrupt anybody.
Okay.
Please allow me. I've come 17 minutes into the debate. The fact of the matter is there is absolute hypocrisy, duplicity, and selectivity here. The fact the BJP needs to be educated that minority is not Muslim alone. There are Jains, there are Sikhs, there are Buddhists, there are Parsis, and there are many others. And it's not Muslims alone. अरे सबका साथ, सबका विश्वास कहते हो, लेकिन कहाँ है विश्वास? मुस्लिम अरे बस करो यार. मुसलमान भी हम देसी हैं, हिंदुस्तानी हैं, और हमें फक्र है हमारे वतन का. And finally, ma'am, I'd like to tell, the fact is, with great responsibility, there is equal accountability, and the Bharatiya Janata Party needs to answer today. And the answer they need to give is a very simple one. If there is a problem with Muslim appeasement, why are you appeasing Muslim in Assam, in Madhya Pradesh?
But that's precisely the point that is being made by the BJP as well, isn't it, Abbas?
So you speak only of BJP. So you speak only Congress appeasement.
Okay, so Anurag Naidu, okay, respond to Abbas, because he says that the BJP is being hypocritical.
Prathibha, why should we look it from a BJP and Congress lens? I mean, I don't accept to that construct. Why should I look at? I mean, as a citizen of this India or as a taxpayer of the country, I have objection when you spend the taxpayers' money, exchequer's money, not to the people who are deprived of economic resources. That means you can definitely support an aid. I mean, look at before 2014. Even before 2014, loan waivers were mainly restricted to the farmers. I mean, I always heard that it is about the farmers, it's about the economically deprived section, and not for any religion or caste-based loan. And I think I was shocked shocked when Nikhil Jain used the word telling that Valmiki community and some other community had bad loans. I mean, how can we label them? It's okay if you want to define, take a chance, take a stance, defend one side is fine, but you don't have any right to call any community any name, because even in this case, you have an outstanding of 714 crore. So you need to understand why do you have to give a 4% reservation for minorities in contracts of the government contracts? Why do you have to increase the reservation quota for the housing? These are housing again. We have Waqf, which is one of the top 3, let's say, richest organizations in India, which has a huge landmass.
Do you have any sense? What are you talking about?
No, I'm telling you. So constructive.
What did Nikhil talk about Valmiki Corporation? What the corporation is named on Valmiki Corporation? Is there any scheme related to the vehicles in the Waqf? These schemes are made in the corporations of minority and OBCs and the backward. It is not in the Waqf board, sir.
Look, I cannot answer. See, I don't want to get into all I'm saying as a taxpayer of this country. Do we accept with the fact that the grants should be given to economically deprived and not one religion or other religion?
Not for the Muslims or what? This is what your point making.
Yes, Abbas.
I'd like to.
If you're looking at the distress, why not look at distress cutting across religious lines?
Absolutely. So where does my friend Anurag Naidu's blood doesn't boil when our taxpayers' money, hundreds of crores, are going in appeasement of Kawad Yatra, Holi and Deepavali, Deepotsav, Ayodhya celebration? वहां पे आपका खून नहीं खोलता भाई साहब, वहां पे टैक्स पेयर्स का मनी नहीं जा रहा है भाई साहब. सिर्फ आपको कांग्रेस दिखता है, मुस्लिम दिखता है, भाजपा नहीं दिखता. किस लेवल की हिपोक्रेसी की भी सीमा होती है जनाब. अगर कांग्रेस गलत है तो बीजेपी भी गलत है. यहाँ पे दोनों को पकड़ो और दोनों को कहो. Merely blaming Congress bashing will not help you, sir. No, we need to take a stand here. Absolutely.
So Tuhin, is waiving interest on the loans and promoting festivals the same?
Could you repeat your question, ma'am?
There is 2 parts to Congress party's appeasement and its aversion for the Hindu community. Imagine, on the one hand, they waive off, interest on loan, and they do all kinds of things, which I have mentioned at the start. But the other part is Rahul Gandhi coming out and saying that we defeated the Ram Mandir movement, a statement which he made 2 days ago. Just because we lost the Lok Sabha, the seat, the Ayodhya seat, he comes and says we defeated the Ram Mandir movement. Rahul Gandhi comes and says our fight is against Shakti. Hinduओं में एक शब्द है Shakti, हमारी लड़ाई उसके साथ है. So the Congress party's minority appeasement and its hatred for the Hindu community runs at many levels. And my only limited point is that, I think it's about time Rahul Gandhi and the so-called secular Congress party comes out of the closet and behaves like Revant Reddy is doing. They should have the courage, they should have the guts to say that, Rahul is Rahuluddin. Otherwise, they should reprimand Revant Reddy. Otherwise, they should, pull up Revant Reddy and say that this is not the stand of the Congress party. You are indulging in brazen, you are behaving in a way which is unbecoming of the secular tenets of the Congress party. They will not do that because secretly they are endorsing an Islamist agenda today.
Okay, Jamaat-e-Islami being backed by the Congress party and also Nikhil Jain, even if we don't look at this secular appeasement debate, I want to ask from a purely financial point of view as well. Just a few days back when the Karnataka government was protesting against the budget saying we don't have the funds, how does it get funds? Is this not appeasement? Multiple states, same story.
First of all, Prathibha, let me just point out that Anurag Naidu said that why do I have to call it bad loans when the loans are given to the Valmiki community? I don't think he understands the very basics of finance. Any loan where interest or the EMIs are not being paid is called a bad loan. That is financial terminology. It is a loan in default or a non-performing asset, whatever you call it. Bad loans से वाल्मीकियों का, दलितों का, मुसलमानों का किसी का कोई लेना देना नहीं होता. Number one. Number two, the point is raised that why give this interest waiver to people? Again, this is an interest waiver. This is not an out and out spending. Secondly, the total quantum of this is about 160 crores for loans given over a period of 6 years. You know how much loans have been written off by central government-owned PSU banks to corporates? 12 lakh crores. 12 lakh. We are discussing 150 crores, and central government PSU banks have written off 12 lakh crores of corporate loans. Now, do those corporates require a loan to be written off? The point is only the interest is being waived, and we have to also look at the circumstances and the amount of loans that have been given. If a loan of 50,000 rupees has been given to some Sikh or to some Parsi or to some Jain to set up a redi or a juice corner, and the government says, all right, you are not able to pay it back, so we are going to waive off the interest. You still have to pay back the principal amount. What really is wrong in that? When the BJP government gives money without any conditions, without any reason, in the form of Ladki Behna scheme to the tune of 2,500 rupees per family, amounting to thousands of crores, it is not a wastage of funds. But when the Karnataka government waives off...
But Nikhil, I'm sure you understand. The issue being raised is, why does it apply only to some?
Yes.
I'd like to come in here.
Umar Junaidi has already clarified that a similar loan interest waiver was given to the Valmiki Corporation. You can't keep on giving the same waiver that has already been given.
Is the BJP now raising an issue without any reason? Because when the budget isn't given in Karnataka, you call it halal budget. Is there a problem only when this scheme is extended to minorities?
No, Prathibha, it suits the Congress party. It suits Nikhil to say, you know, that because of this waiver off, only 160 crores extra is being spent. But the point is not just this one thing. I have pointed out 5 different things. Does he justify the 4% reservation for Muslims in Telangana, which has been struck down thrice in the last 20 years? Does he support Congress party's alliance with Jamaat-e-Islami Hind, which openly calls for Sharia? Does he, you know, does he endorse the 1,000 crore spending for minority welfare, way above education, way above healthcare? I think there are multiple issues over here. Plus, obviously, Rahul Gandhi's diatribe against the Hindu community, which is evident time and again. So I don't think it is very convenient for him to just restrict. We are only spending 160 crores extra. That is just one point. It's a plethora of issues over here where you have made the Hindus believe that they are the second-class citizens in Karnataka or wherever the Congress comes to power in whichever state. That is the core issue over here.
Abbas, respond to that. The issue of second-class citizens to the others, Chief Minister, or the schemes that are brought in intended only towards a particular community.
Since this is about my beautiful state of Karnataka, the land of Baswana and Kuempu, let me tell you, sir, let me educate you or look at the mandate of Karnataka 2023 elections. My Hindu brothers voted for Congress. If Congress party or Rahul Gandhi were anti-Hindu, why would my Hindu brothers vote for Congress or the Lingayat or the Vakaliga or the Kuruba or the Sikhs or the Jains or the Muslims? 136 MLAs out of 224 MLAs were from the Congress party. You were left at a patry sum of 65. Even your double number could know is what the Congress party got. Also, since you speak of Muslim appeasement, why Muslims are given, let me give you a Rajinder Sachar committee report. Please read Chinnappa Reddy Commission report. Please read Ranganath Mishra report. Then you will understand Muslims are the most backward of the backward in social status, economy status. Muslims are even behind the SCs, STs and OBCs. That is the reason why respected sir. So therefore, the next time you come into the debate, please read the Sachar committee report. Please read Ranganath Mishra report. Please read Chinnappa Reddy Commission report. Then you will understand. Also, if you have so much problem with Muslim appeasement, please do not pay the mullahs in madrasas in UP, sir. Why are you doing Muslim appeasement? Why is Gujarat, Assam, Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat and UP doing Muslim appeasement? You are giving so many Muslim castes, so many reservations in government state jobs. Why? Don't do it. And if you are doing it, don't blame the Congress party.
But Mr. Umar Junaidi, that is what the BJP has been saying, that is our sabka saath, that we are not discriminating based on religion.
Can I educate him?
Sabka saath? When you target Congress party, when they do it in Karnataka and you do it here, then why blame?
So our definition is different for the BJP and the Congress. Tuhin.
By the way, Tuhin said that the Karnataka government is allotting 1,000 crores.
I just need to very briefly.
Education budget. The education budget of the Karnataka
very briefly. It's my turn to just. It's a quick rebuttal. Allow me to just make 20 seconds. You know, Prathibha, My limited point to Syed Abbas is that since he's claiming over here, and maybe rightly so, that Muslims are so backwards, that is exactly the reason why certain classes have been included in OBC. But you can't, you can't have a generalization and include the entire community under reservation, because that goes against the tenets of the Constitution, which is a limited point. Why is he not able to understand that?
मध्य प्रदेश आप भी तो रिजर्वेशन दे रहे हो, स्टेट जॉब्स भी दे रहे हो, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट in Andhra Pradesh, in Telangana, Gujarat, in Madhya Pradesh.
See, as per the guidelines of the National Commission for Backward Castes, in all states, certain OBCs, certain classes of Muslims have been included in OBC. But per se, the community as a religion, as a religious front, cannot be eligible for reservation, because that goes against the basic tenets of our Constitution. This is something which you and Revantuddin need to understand.
So this is picky.
Please don't tamper with our Constitution, because at the end of the day, the Supreme Court will not allow you to do that.
You don't have to be picky and choosy.
So Nikhil Jain, if it goes against the Constitution, and we've seen that happen in Karnataka, why promise it again in Telangana?
Which has laid out certain parameters.
Prathibha, a number of panelists, including me, have very clearly clarified that the reservation to Muslims is not to all Muslims, but certain communities of Muslims, and the very same reservation is there in the state of Andhra Pradesh, ruled by a NDA partner, and it is there in the state of Telangana, and similar reservations exist in Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Bihar, and all these reservations, or at least the Andhra Pradesh and Telangana reservation, has already been upheld by the Supreme Court. Tuhin is out and out lying. He says the 1,000 crore minority welfare budget is more than the education spending of the Karnataka government. In the latest budget, the Karnataka government spent 45,000 crores on education. He is just lying. That's how it is. Easy it is for him to debate. He will just flat out give out a lie.
Okay, let's see. Even in Telangana, even if the Chief Minister promises if it is challenged in the court, let's see what happens. And talking about Karnataka, it is for the people to decide. For those who have taken these loans and are not going to get these benefits, the government will have to answer to them. We'll have to leave it at that. Thank you for joining us on the broadcast.